Greetings, empowered souls. It's Shelly being the Empowered Oracle. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you are in the world. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. I am so glad that you are here. And to those returning, thank you so much. I do appreciate you. So I'm here giving the Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements of Pisces Collective their messages for this month of May 2026. And Pisces, this is just going to be a look into what are your strongest energies for this month and what does divine source spirit want you to know in terms of what it is that what's being recommended that you focus on the most for this month. So with that being said, I hope you guys had a great Mother's Day as well. Can't forget that. And don't forget to also hit that thumbs up like button, guys. It does help my channel continue to work its way through the thick YouTube algorithm. So I do appreciate if you do that. And if you haven't already, please share and subscribe and hit the notification bell. And as always, if you need a personal reading from me, my information is down below in the description area. And also look out for my developing website, which will have the services that I do provide as a certified intuitive coach and energy practitioner. With that being said, Pisces, let's see what is the strongest energies you're working with this month. Holy Divine Spirit, what are the strongest energies for Pisces Collective this May 2026? Okay. Okay, hold on, guys. I had to fix something here. Okay. All right. What else for Pisces Collective? Holy Spirit, what are the strongest energies for Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for May 2026? Okay. Interesting. So we have the World card, at the bottom here in the reverse, and then we have Cornucopia on the other side of the deck in the reverse. Well, what came out was third chakra, Archangel Shamuel. This came out in the reverse, the third chakra, which represents our solar plexus chakra, which is the stomach area where we hold our seat to our own inner power, our willpower, our courage, our strength, our confidence, our self-esteem. So that's in the reverse. And then you have the happy family that came out in the upright. So for me as an intuitive reader, I typically, with this card here, this typically for me is the equivalent of the Ten of Cups in traditional tarot. And I am still getting that energy for this card. So there's a lack of confidence that some of you guys have maybe been having in your family situation. It could be something that's been long term. Give me a second, Pisces. So you guys could either already be in this happy family energy or some type of emotional fulfillment that you have something that you've wanted, you have. It could be family situation, it could be a relationship, it could be whatever it is that you've been wanting, Pisces. One of your desires and wishes that will bring you emotional fulfillment. So either you already have this or it's coming towards you starting somewhere in this month, maybe going into June, but the energy is in the process of manifesting if you don't already have it. But there could be with the third chakra in reverse, which talks about your solar plexus and your confidence and the courage and strength. But this being in reverse, it may be something that you guys might be unsure about in terms of some of you guys may be dealing with maybe not feeling good enough for what it is that you're asking for, Pisces, or you may have doubts about whether or not you can sustain a certain level of happiness in a particular connection or situation or um, wish fulfillment. It's here for the taking with this happy family in the upright, but there's some type of self-doubt going on with this being in the reverse. Some of you guys could also be experiencing or have been or will be experiencing maybe some physical symptoms around your solar plexus chakra, which could be digestive issues, maybe cramping around your stomach. As they say, digestive issues. Yeah, digestive issues could be an issue for some of you guys. Maybe bloating as well. Um, but yeah, I feel like there's something that you want, Pisces, that you asked for or have been wanting that has either manifested itself in your life already, because I am reading on a collective level, so it's going to be different for everybody. So this happy family energy, or like Ten of Cups fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, happily ever after um, situation for some, this could have already manifested, and now you're having doubts on whether or not you can sustain it or it can be sustainable, whether whether this will last, whether this happiness will last. Almost kind of maybe waiting for the other shoe to drop. I'm getting. Um, yeah, there's some lack of confidence on whether or not um, I feel like there's more of a lack of confidence within yourself on whether or not you can um, participate in this connection or participate in this desired wish fulfillment. Whether you can participate on a whether you can participate on a satisfying level. I hope that makes sense. Almost kind of like you're questioning, you could be questioning someone here, you or maybe someone else. But I feel like this energy is you, Pisces. Maybe you could be questioning whether or not you're right for the job, if it's possibly job related, whether you can satisfy a partner, whether this is relationship romantic related, whether you can step up and really be part of the positive equation. Sounds like this could be another one of those very specific messages, because I just did Sagittarius and Virgo and Gemini, and those three messages were very specific. So I kind of almost feeling like this could be the case for you too, Pisces. Holy Divine Spirit, please clarify the current energy on the table for Pisces Collective. And also, guys, just keep in mind, whenever I shuffle, you can always just fast forward. You want to speed up things. Holy Divine Spirit, please clarify the current energy on the table for Pisces Collective at this time, please and thank you. We have one more tarot card for this. Yeah. Okay, so we got the Ace of Coins in the upright, which is great. The Ace of Coins in the upright, which is like the Ace of Pentacles. It talks about new beginnings, new stability, new security, new stable foundation, meeting somebody new, abundance. And abundance can not only be in the material, but abundance can be, good health, good physical health, um, good mindset. It doesn't have to necessarily be something tangible. But with this being in the upright, that's great because it also the this is like the Ten of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles, okay? But we're talking about the Ace of Coins, which is the same thing. But then we're talking about happy families. So there's some type of new beginning that's coming towards you that you may have some doubts about, because we also have the Five of Swords in the upright. That talks about hostility, defeat, conflict, self-sacrificing, plot twist, somebody not playing by the rules, maybe some type of mental mind games. But what I get, Pisces, though, because normally for me, the Five of Swords in the upright talks about, again, like I said, some type of conflict, um, maybe even jealousy, um, emotional manipulation, possibly for some people, and just playing dirty. An energy of wanting to get one's way by playing dirty. That's typically what I would get for the Five of Swords in the upright. But for some reason, I'm getting more of a Five of Swords with 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 your energy, Pisces, where it could be a self defeating or self. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I feel like it's more of a self sabotaging energy I'm getting for somebody here, where you have the happy family and you have the Ace of Coins, new beginnings. These are great energies to be coming in for you guys, but there's an energy of possible self sabotaging going on here with not having enough confidence, willpower, or maybe even self esteem issues here, and just doubting, maybe on a subconscious level or just on a unconscious level, I should say, because a lot of us have had these issues that usually stem from childhood traumas and wounds and dysfunctions in that nature, where a lot of times we walk around not realizing that we are acting as though we don't deserve to be happy. We're acting as if we don't deserve the best. We're acting as if we are not worthy of certain things. So I'm kind of getting that energy for some of you guys here, or for someone. Because we also got the Five of Cups in reverse here at the bottom that I'm brought to. It talks about healing and letting go and forgiveness and overcoming despair. So, I'm surprised the Seven of Swords hasn't come out, because the Five of Swords, in terms of like talking about self defeat and self sabotaging, for me, Seven of Swords also represents that kind of energy as well. But let's see. What else for this energy currently for Pisces collective that's on the table? Holy Spirit, please and thank you. What else do you want Pisces collective to know? King of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so wait a minute. What's going on here? Because now if we're talking about the King of Swords in reverse, and then we have the Five of Swords in the upright. For some of you guys, I almost feel like I'm talking to two sets, or two different sets. Well, yeah, I feel like I'm talking like to two groups of Pisces here. It's possible. But with this King of Swords in the reverse, and like I said, you have the Five of Swords in the upright. I don't like those two energies together. I don't like this King of Swords in the reverse because it does talk about mind games, which Five of Swords does represent or can represent emotional mind games, um, some form of abuse. It could be possibly mental type of abuse going on here in a situation. The King of Swords for me is someone definitely who is the King of Swords in reverse is definitely someone who represents abuse of power, not playing by the rules, lacking integrity. It almost gives like a bit of a narcissistic energy. Pisces, are you dealing with someone like that? This could be another energy that's coming up, that someone, specifically Pisces, someone that you may already know or have dealt with. Let's see. Why is the King of Swords in reverse for Pisces Collective? Holy Spirit, please and thank you. I just want to tap in real quick with that one. Why is the King of Swords reversed for Pisces? Holy Spirit, please and thank you. King of Coins. Okay, so we got two kings here. I knew it. 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 Sorry, I didn't mean to be banging on the table because I know my mic is close by. When I said I knew it, what I mean is I was getting that. I feel like I'm channeling two groups of Pisces collective, or there's an existing person that you already know, which is the King of Swords in reverse, and there's a new person, a new masculine energy coming your way that represents the happy family dynamic and represents the Ace of Coins in the upright. Okay, that's the new beginning. The new beginning energy, the happy family, happily ever after, the emotional fulfillment, the Ace of Coins, new beginnings, new abundance, new partnerships, meeting someone new. That's the King of Coins. So there are two energies, two different people, Pisces, that you've been dealing with or will be dealing with. Again, this King of Swords in the reverse, I'm getting is a past person. And then you have a new person coming in who's the King of Coins, the ultimate provider person, the person that has their shit together, the person who's very organized, structured, dependable, highly reliable, walks the walk and talks the talk. You know, this is a person who, the King of Pentacles is someone who they are, their words, their actions match their words, and vice versa. This could be why you might have doubts or may not be that confident about this new beginning. You may have doubts after having dealt with a King of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, that's very possible. I wouldn't be surprised for somebody here. For a lot of you guys, whoever this reading belongs to, I don't feel like you guys are dealing with the King of Swords anymore. But if you are, this is something I feel that is either already over, like a recent past situation, or will be. Can I have a little more clarity again for Pisces Collective Divine Spirit, please and thank you. And this King of Coins could already be somebody that you know, someone that has already entered the chat or entered your life. Okay. Okay, we have New Moon that came out. That talks about manifesting your desires, and there's a change in direction, new cycle beginning. Yeah, new cycle beginning. Ace of Coins says it all. and to set your intentions and don't give up. But what else, Holy Spirit? With the energy on the table for Pisces Collective. Page of Swords in reverse. Yep. Boom. What does it say? I don't know if you guys can see it because my lighting is acting a little funny. Hold on a quick second, guys. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I had to fix the lighting, but I hope it's okay. Because this room and this lighting, this natural light is just funny some days. But in any case, so yeah, the Page of Swords in the reverse. I don't know if you can see, but right under where it says Page of Swords, right under this plays mind games. It's in gold writing. Yeah, somebody playing mind games. I do feel like this is definitely the King of Swords in reverse. Playing mind games, gossiping, very flippant, cynical, possibly even spying on you guys. Yeah, I don't like this ugly energy. Whoever this is, I don't like it. I don't like that. Again, it could be somebody that you're already dealing with, Pisces, that you are trying to maybe move away from. Because you want the happily ever after. You want that 10 of Cups. You want that happy life. And you want the Ace of Coins. New beginnings, new abundance, new opportunities, new stability, meeting somebody new. And maybe that is another reason why the third chakra, your solar plexus, is in reverse, because maybe there's a lack of confidence in knowing how to get it, or whether or not if you will get it, having dealt with the King of Swords in reverse and Page of Swords in reverse, because that's the same person. So this person is still in your energy. Yeah. This person is still in your energy. I don't like that energy. Okay. Well, with that being said, though, what is the main divine spirit? What should Pisces Collective be focusing on this month? What should be the main focus of Pisces Collective this month of May 26th, Holy Spirit? Please and thank you. The Knight of Cups energy is what you should focus on this month. Wow. And at the bottom, we have the Six of Wands, which talks about success, victory, achieving something, achieving a goal, recognition. But this is more, and talks about good news as well. So, Divine Spirit is encouraging you, Pisces, to focus on a love offer. Focus on opening yourself up to receive the very things that you desire when it comes to emotional fulfillment, emotional happiness, new beginnings, the Ace of Coins, and happy family. Because with the Knight of Cups in the upright, there is someone who's attracted to you, wants to get to know you. This is a romantic pursuit, and Divine Spirit is encouraging you to open yourself up to that. And also to work on your solar plexus chakra, to work on your confidence, your self-esteem, any possible insecurity issues, okay? And there are different ways that you can do that, different modalities that can help. You can also do that with energy work. You could also do that with meditation. There's a gazillion meditations on YouTube about the different sacral chakras. So just look up look up solar plexus chakra meditations. You could do it that way. You could also do it by affirmations. Okay. I am affirmations, but there's someone, which is the King of Coins, and it doesn't have to necessarily be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, but they can just have that earth energy within their chart. Okay, they could move and operate like an earth sign, but they don't have to necessarily that be their sun sign. They could have a different sun sign, but just have very earth-like energy. Yeah. So that's what Divine Spirit wants you to focus on, is opening yourself up to the realities of, or to create your reality of what it is that you want to manifest and desire when it comes to relationships and emotional fulfillment, and allow yourself to be flirted with, allow yourself to be wooed, allow yourself to be pursued, Pisces, okay? So you definitely want to work on that solar plexus chakra, okay? And making sure that you are, because that's even more attractive with, a man or a woman having that self-confidence about themselves, and really owning their beauty or how handsome they are, and just really owning their energy and being in that attractive energy and owning it. So that's what Divine Spirit wants you to work on this month. At least start to work on that this month. But there is someone coming towards you if you haven't already met this King of Coins person. But this King of Swords in the reverse, and Page of Swords in the reverse energy, which is the same person, same energy. That energy is still in your energy. That person is still in your energy somehow. And they may no longer physically be in your life, Pisces, but their energy is still very much lingering. Wow, I didn't mean to go this long, but your message was kind of deep, kind of like I can't remember what sign it was. I think it might have been Virgo sign. That was pretty deep. Let's get you a couple of oracle messages as we close out. What else would you like Pisces Collective to know as we begin to close out? Holy Spirit, please and thank you for this month of May 2026. What is the second message? Wow, I'm not surprised this card just came out. Okay. See? Again, I'm not surprised that this card came out. It says someone else. Someone is in the middle. Someone is trying to sabotage this. I mentioned self-sabotage earlier when I talked about the Five of Swords in the upright, and that some of your energy, for some of you guys, you might be sabotaging something that's new trying to come into your life because of the solar plexus and the self-esteem, and not, having doubts about yourself in terms of accepting something new. But with this someone else in the middle and someone is trying to sabotage, this is that freaking King of Swords in reverse energy. That person that's still in your energy, Pisces. So again, you could have somebody that's already still tied to you, or someone that you used to deal with that may try to come in between you and this new person that's approaching you, this King of Coins that's approaching you, okay? So just be aware of that, Pisces. Also, we have the honeymoon card. Honeymoon phase, attending someone's wedding. So I like this energy because it also has the energy of the honeymoon phase of when you meet somebody new. When you meet somebody new and you're in that honeymoon phase of getting to know each other and things like that. So this definitely also speaks to something new wanting to come towards you, Pisces. And lastly, let's get a couple of these angelic oracle messages. For the last message for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Holy Spirit, please and thank you as we close out the reading. What's the second? All right. I'm being told not to take all these. Okay. Do we have another message for Pisces, Holy Spirit? Please and thank you. Yes, no? Okay. All right, so we have card number 60. It says, look up. What you perceive to be over is merely a catalyst for change. What was will return in a different form. So something will return back to you, Pisces, in a different form. What might have been taken from you will be returned in a different form, Pisces. That could be anything. This is a collective message. And then we have card number 16, divine gifts. There are talents and spiritual gifts you have been given, but not using. Put yourself to good use. That's for some of you guys who've been sitting and, sitting on your talents and your skills and who have been, what I want to say, some of you guys who have been, I forgot what I was going to say, but anyway, for those of you guys who have those hidden talents and might be afraid to come to the forefront with them, that could also be a self-esteem and self-confidence issue as well. All right. So Pisces, I hope that these messages resonated in some way, shape, or form, and that you at least found them helpful, guys. As always, until the next upload, be well and be at peace. Ashe.